kind of cut off if you can see through the reflection.
Oh, yeah. Just do it like that. How's that?
It's up to you. Don't slouch it.
Huh?
Just fix it. That's straight.
Fucking hate this thing.
That's better.
How's that?
It's okay. It'll be fine. Hi everyone, Stephen Daniel Kakmak here from McConnell Bourne. Now we're well and truly through Easter, so Dan and I wanted to put the spotlight on Willoughby for the first quarter of 2021 just to see how we tracked, interestingly, by comparison to the first quarter of 2020. Now, admittedly, towards the end of the first quarter in 2020, we were approaching that COVID lockdown period, so it was a very different market post quarter one of 2020, but the first quarter was still relatively strong. So we wanted to see how much of an effect last year had on the first quarter of this year, right? So far, well, in the first quarter of this year, Willoughby saw 28 houses sell by comparison to 24 in the first quarter of 2020.
Yeah, which was ironic because the market's obviously picking up from strength to strength, and normally in a rising market, you tend to see the number of homes come available and sell decrease. So the consensus from buyers has been that there hasn't been much stock available, but actually the numbers are slightly higher than they were this time last year.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, the average sale price has jumped up a massive 8% by comparison to the first quarter of last year, where the average sale price was at $3,041,000 in the first quarter of 2021.
Yeah, we're just shy of 3.3 now.
Just under 3.3. Interestingly, over the first quarter in 2020, out of those 24 sales, 10 of those were above 3 million and 4 of those above 4, right? And in 2021, 18 of those sales of 28 were actually above 3. So we sent out a recent video that, 4 is the new 3 million, which is scary to think, but 8 of these sales are also above 4 million. So looking at those, 2 of those are actually above 6 million.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy. I mean, things are really crazy at the moment in Willoughby.
So it's good to know that things have been going quite well, and particularly because this time last year we were just on the verge of entering lockdown or had just entered lockdown, so there's obviously a bit of a lag effect. So for all intents and purposes, we were in a rising market. So despite that coming at the same time this year, we're still soaring miles ahead. Look, who knows how long this is going to last, but a lot of folks want to make hay while the sun shines.
Look, I think that we're in store for similar conditions for at least the next 3 to 6 months.
I think so.
I don't think we'll feel the full effects of this, end of the government stimulus. It hasn't seemed to have affected the market as yet, especially given the banks have eased up on lending, which is a huge factor. People are able to borrow more money. They're getting finance a lot easier. They're not having to jump through too many hoops. So we'll see what kind of fuel that does put on the Willoughby property market. But if you wanted some more information around what's happening in Willoughby, please feel free to reach out.
Thanks and all the best.